best and the brightest stars from the Saturn Awards. The Saturn Awards honors the best in fantasy, sci-fi, and horror from the past year. Check out all the cool people we got to speak to. So you're nominated tonight for playing just Dracula in Renfield. What's it like taking on such an iconic, like almost mythical character?
Sure. Well, first of all, I didn't know how to say no, because Dracula is one of my favorite characters in literature and cinema. And second, I thought, well, this is terrifying because it's a high wire act. The character's been done well many times, and the character has been done poorly many times, and you want to be on the side of doing something well. So I knew that this was a comedy of sorts, so I thought I could play with that and bring hopefully something new while still homaging some of my favorite interpretations of the Dracula character, specifically Christopher Lee.
Yeah, well, when I heard you were playing Dracula, I was like, oh, Nick Cage, I'm in. Because I was so excited to see your take on the role.
Thank you,
You're so great. And that's something I love about you as an actor, whether you're doing genre, whether you're doing something a little more grounded, whether you're playing yourself in The Unbearable Weight. How do you, again, connect with your character and give, memorable performances, whether you're Dracula or a version of yourself or whomever?
Well, I think I approach it all from the same place. I'm looking to hopefully entertain you and certainly entertain myself. I hear it musically in my head. I look at the rhythms, the vocalizations, what I can do with the character's libretto. And then once I'm on set, then that's when the more magical stuff happens that you can't really talk about because it's so nebulous and ethereal. That's where you really invoke your imagination to come up with genuine feelings to put behind what you've designed.
Amazing, because you want to be able to take from your scene partners, right?
Well,
and the
that
director.
Too. Yeah, you've got to have the ability to be a little bit like jazz and riff off of, in this case, I had a great experience working with Nicholas Hoult, who is a jazz actor. So we had fun riffing, and he's also someone who I think can do comedy and drama, sometimes within the same sentence.
Wow. Amazing. So we're big fans of you. We're geeking out over the fact we're talking to you right now. What are you geeking out over right now?
Well, I'm happy that I'm here on this marvelously rainy day. It's a bit like London,
in Los Angeles.
London and Burbank. It's perfect. I'm in a Hammer horror film right now in Burbank at the Saturn Awards.
All right, so we're here, old friends at the Saturn Awards.
Yeah.
How does it feel tonight to be at an award show that honors all the weird, wacky stuff that you, amazing stuff that you made?
I mean, and this is an award show that really, the people who not only make the movies, but are real fans of the movies.
Yeah.
And you really get that everybody's happy that we really are lucky to be doing what we love to do. So this is a very, very special place. A little different than the other awards, but really special.
So, because of our history, I have to ask, what can you tell us about Frozen Empire? Because Jason, you know how he loves to keep secrets, so I know nothing.
Well, I did the movie. I don't know anything either, but I know I was there, and I think it's going to be great. Gil Keenan, of course, directed it, and but it's everybody's amazing. The new Ghostbuster, they're incredible, and Bill Murray, Annie Potts, Danny. It's just, I'm so honored to be a part of it, and the fans still love it so much. So that means
Isn't
everything.
that really special? How does it feel to be part of a fandom and a franchise that almost 40 years later? Actually, oh my God, this year is 40.
It is 40,
40
years later, Now it's really special. I'm so thankful because I think all those other movies that nobody remembers, but there's Ghostbusters. So it's great.
Okay, but I know you are a real master of your craft. You are always working. So in addition to Frozen Empire, what do you have working on? What else can we see you in?
Well, tonight I'm nominated for Quantum Leap, the NBC series. And I'm also giving an award to the writer who wrote The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Amazing.
So that was, that's kind of cool. And of course I have a series that I produced, executive produced, called The Family Business on Netflix and BET. And I'm just working and happy and giving thanks. Yeah.
Thank you. So you're here at the Saturn Awards. What do you think is special about this award show and the fact that it honors all the nerds and geeks?
Yeah, it's great. It's the nerd Golden Globes. I love being here. The coolest thing about this room is all of the creators that are here. because, you've got really big filmmakers and really small filmmakers, but a lot of the really small filmmakers will be the really big filmmakers in 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's just the coolest. The after party of this show is the coolest place to talk to people about what they're working on and what they've got next.
Amazing. So I have a question because I am a huge fan of you on Gilmore Girls.
Thank you.
I got my sister a film by Kirk shirt for
nice.
a birthday a long time ago. Who has the crazier fans, the MCU or Gilmore Girls?
Gilmore Girls in a walk. It's no doubt about it. And I love them. I love them dearly, but and the MCU fans are hardcore, but Gilmore Girl fans, there's nothing like them. They are rabid.
We all drink the water in Stars Hollow.
Yeah, that's right.
So you are always the kind of actor who's working on a million different things. What can you tell us about that's coming down the pike for you?
The next thing I'm doing is a couple of indies that I'm really excited about. An indie horror film and another kind of thriller that are really cool. Then I'll be going back to some bigger stuff. I'm going to be working with my brother on some things that I can't quite confirm.
I wonder
yet.
why.
I know that I can't quite talk about, but and then as far as what's coming out, we got Creature Commandos coming out in the fall, which is just awesome. I cannot wait for an audience to see it. And just keep your eye out. I hope to keep popping up where you may not expect me.
Amazing. One last question. I'm geeking out over the fact I'm talking to you right now, but what are you geeking out over?
Oh my gosh. I'm let's see. I'm geeking out over the all of the Star Trek card people that are here. It's wonderful.
Patrick Stewart walked by and I kind of lost it.
Oh my gosh, there you go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It was
Thank
such
you.
a pleasure to meet you.
Appreciate it.
So speaking of which, something that is so amazing about your
But they
work.
can't see you. Oh, you're going
I'm-
to turn around.
No,
You'll
you're
talk
the
after I
star
go.
here. I'm just here to ask you silly little questions.
Okay. Sorry,
Your-
question one.
Silly question one. Something that I think really marks your amazing oeuvre is the scale of your filmmaking. What is it about it that draws you to making such large scale cinematic spectacles like Avatar and Titanic?
Actually, if you think about it, what I'm trying to do with those films is to create dynamic range between expansive visual cinema and very intimate cinema.
Yeah.
Right? Which is very actor driven and very close to them emotionally and in terms of their product. 'Cause I'm also a writer, so I write the characters from the inside, right? And I really like to juxtapose that with putting these characters, often to their detriment, into these big things that are happening: a sinking ship, a war,
Yeah.
a future invasion, whatever it is. That's what I like. I like that contrast.
Yeah, because you do. You write a beautiful love story and then you put it on the biggest scale possible, which is something I think is so why your movies have stood the test of time.
Yeah, I was just talking to Steven Spielberg yesterday, and he was saying, you know what we do? We do technical with empathy. And I'm like, dude, exactly.
The human in the high concept.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. I know Jen has a
It's
question.
so great to meet you here. Obviously, Terminator, Avatar, Titanic, some of your biggest projects. You have been using AI and effects for decades. What do you think about the fear around it in the industry, and where do you see the industry going with the use of AI now?
We've used AI a little bit on the Avatar films in the sense of machine learning, but we haven't done generative AI to make the actual images. Humans the computers render the images, but human artists make the images. When you start using AI to artistically generate images, that's a little worrisome to me. Now, that said, I do like some AI art. I think it's just crazy. It almost taps into our collective dream subconscious in a way, right?
Yeah.
Gunn, I think what makes your movie special is the heart of the characters is there, and I think there's fear around losing that if you're going to AI, which your movies always have that heart.
We're in a weird place with the Avatar films where people think computers make the performances. The performances are done by flesh and blood people. I work with actors all day long. Where the computers come in is they render it into a blue 10-foot tall character without losing an iota of what the actors have done. And that's our job as artists to make sure that stays the case, but people get confused and think, oh, it's computer generated, meaning computer generated performance, but it isn't. You know, I think when people start accepting that as a possibility, meaning actually doing it, I think that's a big problem.
And one last question: as a director, you've done so much. Is there something left a challenge that you're looking forward to doing in your career, or something that you're really hoping to tackle?
I think we got the tech side down. I mean, I think we know how to make these fantastic images. What we don't know how to do is to make them faster, and cheaper. These movies are very, very expensive. They struggle to make money. And so where you're really going to unleash human creativity is when we can possibly use AI in the process to bring the cost of making visual effects down. That, I think, is a worthy goal.